This is a Squiz Kids podcast, your fresh take on what's happening in the world around you.
Squiz Kids Book Club with me, Catch the Reading Bug, and my crew of reviewers. Offence, parents, teachers and librarians, but sometimes kids just want to hear from other kids about what's fun to read. The Squiz Kids Book Club podcast only has book reviews written and recorded by kids. If my crew loves a book, they'll tell you all about it. If they don't, they'll tell you why. I'm Catch the Reading Bug.
And I'm Amanda Bauer. Welcome to the first ever episode of the Squiz Kids Book Club. And Catch, no offence taken. I understand that sometimes kids want to hear from kids. You know, my son didn't really love reading until he heard from another kid about the mysterious Benedict Society books. And then he was hooked.
You just need to find the right book to fall in love with reading. And my crew of reviewers are here to help.
Your teachers and parents will always tell you that learning to read is really important for your future at school. It helps you develop a bigger vocabulary, become a better writer.
Really?
But there are some surprising other benefits to reading too. Experts have found that people who read fiction get better at understanding the feelings of other people. Another research study showed that 30 minutes of reading was just as good for your mental and physical health as 30 minutes of yoga.
Wow!
And another expert found that people who read into their old age are less likely to get dementia. Brain scans have shown that regular reading actually physically strengthens the connections in your brain.
Incredible! So what are we waiting for? Let's hear about some books and get reading. Who from my crew is with us this month? This month's middle grade book.
Each month, we're going to feature one book that's aimed at kids in Year 3 and up, called a junior book, and one for kids in Year 5 and above, for kids in what's known as the middle grades. Although, of course, anyone can read any book they like. Now, Catch, I have to admit that I was pretty excited about our first ever book club book. Anyone who's gotten into Norse mythology or watched the Thor Marvel movies already knows about Loki the Trickster. We invited 3 reviewers to read this book, and each of them sent in a review that had a great tidbit that the others didn't have. So I got out my editing hat and I made a mashup of their reviews. In order, we'll be hearing from Matt, Oliver, Zied, and to finish things off, Oliver again.
Hi, I'm Matt from Exeter Public School, here to give you a review about Loki, A Bad God's Guide to Being Good by Louis Stowell. I really love this book. I won't spoil it for you, but basically Loki, the god of mischief and sneakiness, has been forced out of his home and has to do good to get back.
Now Loki is very hard to like. He's done a lot of bad things, but in the end, he finishes with one good thing to overcome all the bad things.
I've read Magnus Chase by Rick Riordan, so I have a good background knowledge of Norse gods. I think if you wanted to know about them, this book is a fun and easy introduction. I like the mischief and commentary from Loki as he undertakes his quest to be good by living as an 11-year-old boy on Midgard, known as Earth to all us mortals. I laughed out loud and can't wait for the sequel.
If you like funny and thrilling books, Loki is the best book for you. I will give it a 5 out of 5 star rating.
I would recommend this to anyone who enjoys thrilling books and give it a 4.5 out of 5 star rating. That's all from me. Now get out there and get reading.
Matt, Oliver, Zied, thank you so much for your enthusiastic reviews.
Wow, guys! Thanks for telling us all about that. This month's junior book.
That brings us, Catch, to our junior book review. We've asked all our reviewers to record a separate little introduction to themselves, so I think I'm just going to let this member of your crew take it away.
Hi,
My name is Clara. I'm 9 years old and I live in Sydney. My favourite author is Dana Simpson because she wrote the Phoebe and Her Unicorn series, which I loved. You'd think Phoebe would be all pretty and unicorny, but she's not. She's just like a normal kid. If I could only take 2 books to a desert island, I would choose Phoebe and Her Unicorn, Book 1, and Sisters by Raina Telgemeier. Let me tell you why. Both books are really relatable. I feel like the characters are my friends, so they could keep me company. If I was going to write a book, I would make it about making new friends, because making new friends is awesome.
Wow, Catch, I think we just made a new friend. Clara, what a fantastic introduction. I'm really excited to hear from Clara about the book she's reviewed for this month's podcast, the latest in Danny Katz's Little Lunch series. This one is called Little Lunch Monkey Bars. Take it away, Clara.
What happened during Little Lunch, aka recess, at your school today? Did you get stuck on the monkey bars? Or have the most gigantic sandwich you couldn't get through? Or dress up as Batman and have to be rescued by your teacher in a bunny rabbit suit? Because that's what happened to Tamara, Melanie, Manny, Rory, Atticus, Batty, Deborah Jo and their teacher Miss Goncha in Little Lunch by Danny Katz. I liked the Little Lunch stories because they're always silly, funny, and they don't try to teach you a lesson. Or do they? These stories are really short, like recess, and easy to read. The characters are a lot like the kids you know at school. I'd recommend this book to kids who like a joke, a little bit of grossness, and the ins and outs of playground equipment. Oh, and there's lots of awesome stuff at the back of the book, like jokes, games, and instructions on how to do tricks on the monkey bars.
That was such a great review. Thank you so much.
I bet there are quite a few kids interested in those monkey bar tips.
A special review from Catch's crew.
Now, Catch, we only promoted your book club once or twice on the Squiz Kids Today podcast, but we got a great response and lots of Squiz Kids book club reviewers. So it's going to be a while until we get to hear from everyone. And that's why we have this segment where members of your crew can tell us about their favourite book of all time or what they're reading right now.
I'm so happy to have you. Can you introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Maeve. I'm 9 years old and I live in Kensington in Victoria. My favourite place to read books is in bed because I feel comfortable and safe. My favourite author is Roald Dahl because his characters are funny and the plots of his stories are interesting. You never know what's going to happen next.
Who doesn't love Roald Dahl? Nice one, Maeve.
I want to hear what you've been reading lately that you want to review for us today. Tell us all about it.
If you like stories about adventure, dragons and mystery, but don't want to read a chapter book, then Wings of Fire graphic novels are the books for you. Today I am reviewing the latest Wings of Fire graphic novel called Moon Rising. It is written by Chewett T. Sutherland, illustrated by Mike Holmes, and is the 6th book in the series. This novel continues the story of 7 dragon tribes who lived in the fictional continent of Pyria. After many years of war, there is now peace among the dragon tribes. A new school is teaching young dragons from the different tribes how to live together and be friends. One of the students is called Moonwatcher from the Nightwing tribe. She has a secret power that means she can read minds and see the future. When something starts attacking the school, Moonwatcher must decide if she should keep her powers a secret or use them to help her new friends. I like this novel because I needed to use my brain to figure out the mysteries. I also laughed a lot because the conversation between the dragons is very funny. I recommend you read the other novels in the series before reading Moon Rising because the stories will make more sense. I hope you enjoy it too. Bye!
Amazing! I think I know someone who would love that book.
Thank you so much to our excellent reviewers this month. You did an incredible job.
They sure did. It takes a bit of bravery to record your voice for more than 100,000 kids to listen to. You guys were awesome. Don't forget, if you want to join my crew of reviewers, just follow the links in your episode notes to apply.
Now, Catch, if you'll excuse me, I think I'll take a little reading break. See you next month.
In the meantime, get out there and have a most excellent day.
Over and out.
Squiz Kids Book Club is proudly supported by Walker Books.
These episodes are edited and engineered by Carter Quinn.